What's good, people? It's your boy, Uncle Fred, back in the house, back in the saddle, and I got my main man with me, TK. TK, how you doing?
Well, ready to get going. Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. So we're getting ready to do our weekly. We're sorry we didn't catch you guys last week. Some other things came up. We didn't able to get to you for our week 13 picks. We're gonna go week 14. So let's go ahead and get those going right now. Uh, Please like, comment, and subscribe. Become a part of Uncle Fred Sports Experience as we go ahead and get to these picks. What's good, people? Once again, it's your boy Uncle Fred and TK, or TK and Uncle Fred. I don't know which way you want to flip it, flop it. Back for week 14, and we're gonna do our pick'em show. I think we kind of, now he did 11-5 last week. We did it. I went 9-5, and last week we didn't have a show. I went 8-4. Not too bad. So we got a good clean slate of games for you this week, and let's go ahead and get to them and see what you think, and y'all pick along with us. Those that's watching with us, and see how you do. Uh, so anyway, let's look at our games. We got in our 12 o'clock window. We're already in second week in December, and first game we're gonna look at is if this thing will get off. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. You got the week 12 games at the 12 o'clock. You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Atlanta Falcons. Look, Tampa Bay not have not been. They've sort of a disappointment. I think the Falcons are favored by like 3.5, if I'm not mistaken. Injury reports, not really seeing. Let's see here. Tampa Bay, Vita Vey's questionable. Devin White's out. Jamel Dean's out, cornerback and linebacker, respectively. Trying to see. Jeff Okuda's questionable for the Falcons. Not really liking the vibe I'm getting from the Bucks right now. Falcons, I was kind of out on them a while back, but they've kind of, I don't know. I'm starting to kind of maybe like them a little bit now. They're starting to play a little bit better. You know, I guess Desmond Ritter is back in the starting lineup again. I guess I got Atlanta. I'm not really strong on it. They're playing in Atlanta, I do believe.
Yeah,
Yeah, they played in Atlanta. Atlanta's favored by 2.5. I got the Falcons.
yeah, I got the Birds at home. Just can't confidently pick a Baker Mayfield team.
Oh, man. Yeah, I feel you on that, man. Not really feeling the Bucks. A lot of stuff going on there. Kind of run Todd Bowles. There's a lot of stuff going on there. So
Yes.
I don't know, man. Huh?
Yeah, right.
I didn't hear you.
Yeah, some other stuff going on too. You're right. I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a Chris Godwin storm going on too. With
Yeah.
something going on with it. It's just not good with them right now.
Yeah.
So you know. So I got the Falcons, man. We've got the Falcons on that one. We'll move on to our number 2 game. So you got this one might be interesting. Okay, you got the Indianapolis Colts, 7-5. Indianapolis Colts sitting at number 6, number 7, somewhere in there in the playoff hunt. Traveling to Cincinnati, which is about 100 miles, to play the Cincinnati Bengals. It's a bus ride, basically.
Yeah.
And I think the Bengals are favored by 2.5 again. Buccaneers, Jake Browning played well, 350 some odd yards, 354 and a touchdown last week. I think Zach Taylor schemed him up well for them to go down to Jacksonville and win that game. I really wouldn't have had them winning that game. That's one of the games I lost. I'm like, no, they're not beating Jacksonville, but we didn't know Trevor Lawrence was going to get hurt either. But that was after, towards the end of the game when that happened. So damage had really been done. But Indianapolis is, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm feeling them or not, but they kind of been winning some games, and I don't even know if they're really trying to win games. They're just winning them. They got Gardner Minshew, doing this thing, and Jonathan Taylor's kind of, I guess rounding in the form, right?
Nah, he's out. He's hurt.
Is he out for this? Oh, what? I should have, before I open my mouth, I should have went on. Here we go. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor is out. He's out. And EJ Speed, and Cincinnati. DJ Reader is questionable. Tyler Boyd is questionable. Okay. Yeah, that kind of changes things. Uh, I might go with Cincinnati here. I might just go chalk. Cincinnati's favored by 2.5. They're playing in Cincy. I go with Cincy.
Yeah, I'm on team on this one as well. Like what I saw from Jake Brown, it looks like they'll still be able to run the majority of their offense and take some chances with him and feel confident about it. So I think he'll be able to spread the ball around, keep that good receiver group happy, and I say they win at home.
Yeah. Okay. We both got Cincy winning that, man. So, like I said, I think the Colts keep it close, but no Jonathan Taylor. That's kind of, that kind of did it for me. Like I said, I wish I'd looked at that scouting report before I opened up here. But yeah, I think he was starting to play well too. But he out, man. I'm out on them. So we both got the Bengals. Third game. This one's kind of interesting too. The Jacksonville Jaguars playing the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland's favored by a field goal by 3. Dougie P has not revealed who his starting quarterback's going to be. Whether it's going to be is it Nick Beathard? Is something Beathard? I know he's the CJ Beathard. Yeah, he's the grandson of Bobby Beathard. Used to be the GM of the Washington football team and Commanders, whatever they call themselves this week, and the also the Cincinnati at the time the San Diego Chargers. He was the GM of both of those teams, so he kind of comes from money, whatever. So he's he played decent in that game. I think they ended up missing a field goal or something. Something happened late in that game, and it was actually a good game when they playing the Cincinnati Bengals. Actually, a good game.
Yeah, for sure.
Jacksonville. It could be C.J. Beathard, could be Trevor Lawrence, and the Browns. It's going to be Joe Flacco. I'm sorry, Joe Flacco.
Looks like it. It will be Joe Flacco's in there. That's interesting. That's real interesting.
Yeah, I think so too. Real interesting. Freaking Joe. Let me not cast disparaging things on that man's name, man. I'm not Joe. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, man. I did not mean to do that to you. I'm trying to get my thing to pull back up. It's acting a daggum monkey. Where are we at? Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. Here it is right here. Making sure I got my. Here we go. Tyson Campbell, Trey Herndon, Walker Little. Okay, nobody. Dearness Johnson. Okay. DeJuan Jones is out. That's big. He's a stalwart right tackle, man. That's Mari Cooper is questionable. Denzel Ward is questionable. You got that Cleveland defense. They're playing at Cleveland. Man, he did have a pretty nasty high ankle sprain. I saw that last week. I saw him pound the turf. That usually means it's a serious injury, and I think I think Dougie P is just doing some gamesmanship. I don't think he's going to play. If CJ Beathard is playing, I mean, I guess I got to go with the Browns. I mean, the Jaguars are clearly, to me, the better team. But if Trevor Lawrence ain't playing, and I don't have any indication that he is or he isn't, but I'm going Browns. I'll say Browns. And I'll probably come back with an egg in my face on this. I'm going Browns.
Yeah, definitely agree. A lot of gamesmanship. Highly doubt Trevor Lawrence is playing tomorrow. The defense is still from pound, even with Flacco starting, which he actually kind of moved the ball a little bit last week. So take that for whatever it's worth.
He's a vet. He's a vet.
Yeah. I say he does just enough to get this.
He's a vet, man.
Yeah. So I'm taking the outer defense at home, and
right.
The back just has to do just enough to get it done. I think he does.
Okay. And then you got to factor in, we'll move on to the next. You got to factor in, even if Trevor Lawrence play, what percentage of Trevor Lawrence you really going to get? You know what I'm saying when I say that? What are you really getting? Is he going to be, I mean, because if he's like can't move, he's like a statue back there. Is he really?
Well, I wouldn't gamble with that if I were that organization.
I wouldn't either.
With Myles Garrett on the other side tomorrow, I don't think you want to play with that. So how he's going to be out there.
And you're well trenched in the playoff thing here. I mean, it's not like you're going to lose your playoff position in one way or the other here. I mean, play the long ball here, play the long game. You know what I'm saying? Let that man get healed. If it's a high ankle sprain, uses 2 to 3 weeks or something like that, 2 to 4 weeks, something like that. Okay, I mean, whatever. Let's So, but we both got the Browns. We'll see what happens on that. All right, we're moving on. You got the Houston Texans at the New York Football Jets. I know we talked about this in the pre-show. Should be interesting because the Jets are going to present some looks that maybe I was going to call him that CJ Stroud maybe hadn't seen yet. But I think the overall talent of the Houston Texans is going to be probably more than the Jets can overcome. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's hard for me to understand why there's not fights in the daggum tongue coming out. Because, like, dude, we giving them 8-9 points and y'all can't score.
Yeah, not ideal.
They're playing at New York though, so that Jets can't score though. I mean, they just can't. I think they're going back to Zach Wilson this week too. They're playing flippity floppity quarterback, right? Flippity floppity, going back and forth, right? So, if I had to pick, I'm gonna go Houston. But man, I feel like the Jets gonna throw probably for a half. It's gonna be close, a lot of punts. And I think maybe by second half, the defense probably been wore down because they on the field for, of the first 15 minutes, they're going to probably be on the field for 20 of them. Them first 30 minutes, they're going to be on the field for 21 of them first 30 minutes. By the second half, they're going to be wore down, and I think Houston gets a couple scores late to pull away. I got Houston.
Going the other way. Take the upset at home if you call it an upset, but I think the Jets offense with Zach back there will be able to score enough. And I think, at that point, it's on the defense to take them over the top. And I say they get it done. It's going to be a rough game, ugly game, maybe a 16-13 type of outcome. But I think that defense in their last-ditch effort to try and salvage something out of this season, playing desperate at home, rookie quarterback on the other side, I just think they're going to want to, keep hope alive in the building, man. So I say they rally behind Zach enough to get it done. And if not rallying behind Zach, just rallying behind, the fact that if you lose this game, man, it's nothing really much else to talk about with that team. So I think they play desperate. I think they win.
What are they, 4-7?
Yeah, 4-8. So, yeah.
Okay. he might be on to something there because I think, man, Zach Wilson got Aaron Rodgers' seal of approval this week. You know, hearing about that, people was kind of dumping on him a little bit. And he was like, man, y'all get off that guy. Get off of him. So,
Yeah.
Aaron being a good team guy here on that, he's standing up for his understudy. So I get all that.
Yeah.
I'm still going with Houston, but I like your analogy though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad at your analogy. I like your analogy. I'm still going with the Houston Texans. So we split. That's the first game we split on. So we're gonna see how that goes. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to the next game, you got the L.A. Rams at the Baltimore Ravens. This one's going to be interesting. Look, Baltimore. Um, let me say this: Baltimore is kind of. I'm not saying they're scuffling on offense, but it's a little harder for them to maneuver. They got a tight end named Lively, I think that's his name.
Yeah,
Who's he's playing well. He's playing well.
Likely.
Lighty.
Isaiah Likely.
Lightly. What did I say? Lively.
Likely.
Yeah, that's
likely. Like the
lightly.
No,
Okay.
Likely.
Likely. Likely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going by how they pronounce it. I was thinking it is light, whatever. I've seen him play. He's a pretty good. He's a young tight end. He's pretty good. He's not Mark Andrews. He's definitely not Mark Andrews. And it's going to take some time for Lamar to kind of warm up to him. He's doing some stuff now, but he's obviously not going to have the full package that a Mark Andrews has. And I'll give you a comp here. So, what kind of game would you think that somebody like Patrick Mahomes would have if they say Kelsey couldn't play? Well, we saw that on game one. They scuffled the score.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's your guy, and you all know how much I like Mark Andrews, and it's going to be a little tougher for them to score. So I think what that does, I think that makes this game a little closer than it would normally be because the Baltimore Ravens have basically been able to rest people in the fourth quarter against the NFC teams that come in there, whether it be Detroit, whether it be in Seattle. Was it 38-3 and something? It was another big time score. I want to say it was like 31-7 or something like that. That was two lopsided scores or something like that, 38-15 or something like that. But they were convincing wins. But they had a full complement of their offensive weaponry then. But see, without Mark Andrews and I think OBJ is slightly banged up too. I think he's going to play. I look for the Rams to keep it close. I got Baltimore winning. And the Ravens are favored by 7. I don't think they're covering that. I think it's going to be about a 4-point game. But I got the Ravens winning the game outright.
Yeah, I'm the same, man. Ravens all the way at the bank. Do expect the Rams to have some success though, because they're schemed up so well. Despite being very high on the Ravens defense, I think they give a little bit here and there from the Rams, but mainly I'll say 27-17 type of game.
Okay.
Yeah, I got Ravens. I'm with you.
Yeah, Ravens don't have no significant injuries. Malik Harrison, the linebacker's questionable, so they're pretty clean on the health front. In terms of guys guys like Mark Andrews, obviously on the injured reserve. He's not even listed. He's just out for the season, done, finished. So. But other than that, of their regular roster, 53-man roster, they got one guy that's questionable, so they're healthy. So, yeah, we got the Ravens, but they look for it to be close. And, like I said, the Rams are playing some sneaky good football right now, sneaky good football, with Stafford back. So we'll see how that goes. So we're kind of going the same way on that one. So next we got the Lions at the Chicago Bears. Now, let me say this on this particular, the Lions was lucky to get out of Ford Field last time. That was about 3 weeks ago, I think, with a win against these same Chicago Bears. They were lucky. I mean, it took some I want to say intervention, if you will, for them to get out of there alive, if you want to say it like that. And so they're going to Chicago to play. Now, notice these are NFC North teams, but the Detroit Lions play indoors, so I don't actually look at them like an NFC North team when it comes to they're playing in Chicago in the wind, the rain, the snow, if you will, and and whatever. I don't know, man. Detroit hasn't really been playing that great lately. Uh, always a game you pull it, you calling for the upset. Sometimes I feel it and I just won't pull the trigger.
Mhm.
I think I might be pulling the trigger on this one. And not because I don't think Detroit's a good team. I just think the Bears have been playing well lately. They defense has been coming around. Justin Fields has been making some plays.
Mhm. Yep.
Uh, they playing in their own building. They really feel like they got let one get away about 3 weeks ago where they led the whole game, basically. I got the Bears in an upset. The Lions are favored by 3 points. I got the Bears, man. I got the Bears in an upset.
That's it's tempting too, man, because I Justin Fields believer type of guy. Really
Yeah.
love his talent, and I think they got enough skill position playmakers to get it done between DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, even Khalil Herbert. It's pretty
Mhm.
solid in the backfield, and the man himself, Justin Fields, he makes stuff happen. So
Yep.
uh, I would say this is like a 27-24 Lions type of win, down to the wire, really close. And if it goes the other way, I wouldn't be surprised, but I'll stay on the safer side and go ahead and pick the Lions. But I agree with you. The Bears going to give them a run.
Yeah.
Gonna be a run. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, Bears have been playing well of late. I mean, and like I said, Detroit, they lost a couple games in a row, didn't they? They lost on Thanksgiving and lost. I think they lost leading up to Thanksgiving too, didn't they?
They
Uh,
did.
yeah. So yeah, not exactly playing well right now. So I don't know, but the Bears are a good team though. Let's not get it twisted. The Lions are a good team. Let's not get it twisted. I
Yeah.
just think that outdoors, the elements, Bears, like I said, Justin Fields is playing for something. He's like, look, man, I'm playing for my next team. I got to show that I can go out there and command the offense, make my reads, make my throws. If it ain't there, take off, do what I got to do. So I got Bears, but next game gonna be an interesting game. It's the last of our 12 o'clock games. You got the Carolina Panthers at the New Orleans Saints. Look, man, I at the beginning of the season, I kind of thought the Saints had all of the veteran presence on the team to basically walk away with that division,
Mhm.
and they kind of have. I don't know how I want to put that. They kind of like made a mess of themselves, man. They just David Carr continues to get hurt. He played. Was it Detroit? They like that. No, they actually Detroit did beat them last time they played them. It was closer than it should have been. And I think David Carr got hurt. I think that dude should have been penalized for throwing his body on him. It was a big 300-pound dude threw himself on David Carr. I mean, uh, I mean, David Carr. No, I was right. Yeah, I get the car because the car has been saying crazy stuff in the media, so I got Carr on the brain. Uh, but yeah, he basically sacked him, but he basically power drived him in the ground. And I'm like, that ain't a penalty? I done seen roughing the passes where the guy just get tapped after the ball's gone and then he getting 15 yards. And, guys getting horse collared and they ain't calling nothing. And this guy got power drived into the carpet and didn't get called nothing or whatever. So I think he might be out for this game because I know he didn't play. the rest of that game. And of course, we got a treat because Jameis Winston got to play. And anytime Jameis Winston play, it's a treat for me because he gonna say something, he gonna do something gonna make me smile. I think the very first pass he threw, man, threw deep down the sideline, threw it about 5 yards short of Chris Olave, got tipped up in the air, and then, of course, went right to Olave for like a 40-yard pickup. And I'm like, that's so Jameis Winston. That's Jameis Winston, boy. If anything encapsulates Jameis Winston's career, that would be it right there, man. That was it. And I'll be waiting for them quotes after the game. So I'm trying to look and see what the scouting report says. Yeah, David Carr just said he's questionable. I think he had like some rib injuries or something with that power drive. No, I don't see any other. Cam Jordan is questionable. On the Carolina Panthers side, not that it matters. Hayden Hurst, nobody. Carolina's a bad team. They're tanking, but it don't really mean nothing because they ain't got no first round picks. So basically, they're just tanking for fun.
Could there be a worse spot to be in?
You just taking it for fun because it's not going to benefit you, man. You know, it's like whining and dining your girl and she going out with somebody else when you bring her home. You know, you already know. You know, so that's basically what that's like, man. That's what it's like. So I got the Saints, and they playing at New Orleans. I got the Saints. Saints are favored by 5. I got the Saints.
Yeah, Saints all the way, man. No way.
Yeah. I don't see nothing there, man. Don't see nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. All right, let's go to those, and those wrap up our 12 o'clock games. And so if I can get my caption thing to agree with me here, we'll move up here to our 3 o'clock games. And here they go. All right. So in our 3 o'clock window, like I said, it's week 14 already. I kind of skipped over that. It's week 14 already, man. Seasons, you only get 18 weeks. There's 4 weeks left after this week. So 3 o'clock window, you got the Vikings at the Raiders. That's a spicy game right there because the Raiders, have been playing well under guy's name just left. Antonio what's his last name?
Antonio Pierce.
Pierce. Yeah, I couldn't think of his last name. So many Antonio. I couldn't think of his last name was. Played well under him. The Vikings have kind of leaked a little oil. They lost a couple games, starting with the Broncos, and they lost last week. Who they lose last week to? They lost last week because he threw like, I want to say your boy threw 4 picks.
He did throw 4
to the Bears, right? To the Bears. He threw like 4 picks. And the Bears defense is playing outstanding. That's why I gave them a little dap playing get the Lions. Their defense was playing so well, whatever. So this was kind of interesting. Vikings are kind of playing for their playoff lives here because like teams like the Rams and the Packers are starting to play well, and a playoff berth that seemed like it was in the bag 2-3 weeks ago is questionable now. Now Justin Jefferson, is he back this week?
He is. He's back. He's back, man. Jetta's.
Yeah, set to return. Right, set to return. I guess I go with the Vikes, man. I just don't know if you got Justin Jefferson, you got Jordan Addison, you got T.J. Hawkinson, and we know that Dobbs is playing some decent football right now. I think he took some chances last week, and I think the Bears defense is good. I don't think the Raiders defense is good. I got the Vikes, man. I know you taking Raiders. I already know. The Raiders is like your secret crush. I already know. That's like your closet crush, man. You go see her when ain't nobody looking.
Yeah, man. You know where I'm going. Raiders, baby. Raiders. Raiders. They at home, man. Outside of just picking the Raiders, man, I think this is gonna be like one of them fun games, like quiet kept low key.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams get loose a couple of times. Jettas get loose a couple of times. Jacobs able to move the ball on the ground. I think this game would get real fun, man. But you know where I'm at with it.
I already knew. I saw he picking Raiders, man. He got a crush on the Raiders, man. Everybody don't nobody know about but me.
Yeah.
Minnesota, incidentally, is favored by 3 by field goal. So we'll see how that go. We're splitting. I think that's I'll be splitting on 3 now. That makes 3 we're splitting on right there now. So so that kind of might be the difference in what our final tally ends up being. So all right, second 3 o'clock game, you got the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Look, man, 2 weeks ago, that late game on Thanksgiving, San Francisco went up into Seattle and just opened a freaking can on Seattle, man. That had me. I'm like, dang, Seattle, I thought y'all, was going to do a little something, play a little defense and do, your offense with, DK and Tyler and Jackson Smith. I thought they was going to move the ball and do some stuff, and they did nothing. If it wasn't for that daggone pick six, they might have would have been held out without a touchdown. I think it was like 31-13. So they would have had 2 field goals. It had been for that little, like an 8-yard pick six that were Purdy kind of misread a blitz and just threw it over the middle. Linebacker kind of peeled off underneath. I want to say it was Jordan. I guess that number 56 returned it for a touchdown. And one for that, man, it would have been, a much closer game than it was. But 31-13. I think this one's going to be interesting because I think Geno is questionable because we know he kind of had that elbow thing happen a few weeks ago. He had it last week against Dallas, but you wouldn't have been able to tell it because he was throwing dimes against us. He was dropping dimes against us, so and didn't get sacked once.
Yeah.
So I think he got a groin injury. I heard in practice, though, is what I think is the thing. So I think he's sort of maybe like a game time decision. He's not listed on this injury report. The dude got Frank Clark being out. That's kind of a major thing. Actually, that dude's name is Jordan Brooks. I don't know. I think I said Jordan. It's Jordan. His first name is Jordan. It's Jordan Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
Not his last name, but I knew it was a Jordan in there somewhere. Yeah, give me half. I get half credit on that one. But he's questionable for this game. He's a very talented linebacker. And then Jaron Reed, which is that big, strong nose tackle, he's questionable also. For the 49ers, nobody but Ray McLeod and Eric Armstead is out. That's kind of major. But if you got Chase Young and Nick Bosa and what's the guy that got from Philly?
Javon Hargrave.
You got Javon Hargrave. You pretty much got the front line that most other teams got. Most teams don't got 4 studs on the defensive line. Most teams got maybe 2. So basically, them not having Eric Armstead basically just puts them down with normal, good defensive lines. I got the 49ers winning, man. They went into Philadelphia last week and just opened up a can on Philly. But did the Philly what nobody thought they could be done, right? They scored on 6 straight touchdown drives. Once they wiped the cobwebs loose, Brock Purdy not even completing a pass to the second quarter. Like he was like 0 for 5, and they had like 12 yards in the first quarter. And second quarter, apparently Kyle Shanahan made some adjustments, and next thing you know, they punt the rest of the game.
Yeah.
So I got the 49ers. If Geno plays, like I said, I heard that late. He got a groin strain, I guess, in practice. If he plays, that might make it a close. I got the 49ers, but but look for the Seahawks to play their hearts out because their playoff lives kind of depend on them because they're kind of in free fall now. They lost 3 straight. They're in free fall now. And you really don't. You can't see maybe a team losing 4 games in a row at this time of the season to really be putting themselves in position to get a playoff berth. Especially like I said before, with like the Vikings, with the Packers and the Rams, starting to play well and starting to get those last 6 and 7 playoff spots. So I got the 49ers, but look for the Seahawks to play probably one of their best games of the season.
I'm with you, man. The Seahawks need this win in the worst way.
Yeah.
So I think they'll play, much better than a couple weeks ago, but I still got Niners, man.
I can't see the Niners dropping this one.
Yeah, they're a tier above right now. So
yeah,
better game than last game, but still Niners at home for sure.
Yeah, I got Niners. They played a spirited game against the Cowboys. The Cowboys had to kind of go to the bottom of the deck to win that one, man. That's how hard Seattle came at them. So I mean, I know that Pete Carroll, is a damn good coach. He knows how to get his guys ready. So that's why I feel like they're going to give 49ers a good run. But I think for the talent of the 49ers and the coaching prowess of and the offensive schemes of Kyle Shanahan and Debo and McCaffrey, I think it's going to be too much. So we both got the 49ers here. Okay. And then here's probably the cream of the crop of the 3. No, I'm skipping the game. You got the Broncos at the Chargers. Probably a kind of a wacky game here. The Chargers are favored by 1.5. I'm gonna go Broncos, man. I'm gonna go Broncos. There's some stuff going on with the Chargers. I mean, and I feel like the Broncos have been playing well. I don't think they didn't win last week when they were playing the Texans. That was actually a good game, a real good game. Broncos have been playing well. Russ has been playing well. That daggum Courtland Sutton has been balling out of his freaking mind. Chargers haven't been playing well. They beat the Patriots last week. What was it, 6-0? They couldn't even get a touchdown.
Yeah.
I got the Broncos, man. I know they're playing at Los Angeles, but I mean, I ain't seen nothing with the Chargers. The one time I started to lean with the Chargers, and they got whooped by the Packers. And I'm like, okay, I'm done with y'all. Done. Finally, okay, they're doing a little something, man. No, done with y'all now. Don't try crawling back to me now. Y'all let me down. So I'm not with y'all now. So I got the Broncos in that
one. I'm going the same way, man. Chargers are kind of reeling, and the Broncos are really trying to put it together. Yeah, and they did. I mean, they did. They won. I think it was 4 or 5 games straight. Right. By turning Russ into a game manager and keeping them within the confines of what wins games. And I think they get back to that formula again with this one. They go to LA and they take this one. So, yeah, I'm with you.
And of course, the Chargers are going to be a home road team because the Broncos fans travel too.
Yeah.
That got to be sad, man. You go in your own stadium and there's more of their fans than yours. Your own stadium. That has to suck, man. That has to suck.
Yeah, it's life of the Chargers.
It's life of the Chargers. Yeah, that is true. That is true. All right, here's the marquee game of the 3 o'clock window, and it's the last about 3 o'clock games. You got the Bills going up to and I got it wrong on my monitor. Charge that to my head here. It's the Bills at the Chiefs. I don't know why I got Bills at the Eagles. That was the last week. I guess I seen Bills and left it. But it's Bills at Chiefs. They're going to Arrowhead, Jihad Stadium is what it's called now. It's always going to be Arrowhead to me. And 2 desperate teams, desperate for 2 different things because the Bills are desperate because they kind of in free fall too. Because then they lost 3 in a row.
Yeah,
2 in a row anyway. Because they know they beat the Jets, lost to the Eagles. They lost maybe 3. Maybe they lost 2 or 3. Maybe I think they've lost like 2 or 3. And I think they've got a bye. They had a bye last week, right?
They come by.
So they kind of, after the Eagles lost, they kind of had a bye, kind of had time to lick their wounds, had time to kind of get their stuff together, had some time to get Joe Brady, who I have a lot of confidence in as an offensive play caller. He's the dude that orchestrated that LSU offense a few years ago in the national championship season that set all kind of records. Man, that dude has it up here in terms of putting guys in the right positions and stuff like that. And I kind of like that. I don't now whether that translates at the pro level as remains to be seen. But I have seen that dude put together, scheme up some stuff, and be pretty good at it. And giving a week off to kind of put all your duckies in a row, got to be good when you changing play callers midstream. Ask the Steelers how that working on the plane while it's still flying. Yeah, that's not a thing that really should happen. Anytime you got a coaching change in the middle of the season, it's not a good thing. Not a good thing. Okay. But they had a week off to prepare. Like I said, their playoff hopes are in flux. I kind of got the feeling if the Bills don't make the playoff, there's going to be some more coaching changes on that staff being made. So you understand what I'm saying? And the Chiefs are desperate because just to be quite frankly, they just not playing well, TK.
Yeah.
They're just not. Patrick is scuffling a little bit now. I mean, he's got his numbers, but I mean, teams are starting to, as we talked about it on a pre-show, teams are bracketing Kelce now, and they're making some of these other receivers beat them. And where I like Rashid Rice, I think he's probably their best receiver. He's inexperienced, a lot of the little nuances. Okay, when the guy shades me this way, how am I going to break my route off? There's little things like that, little nuances like that. That you don't really get except by playing. That it's kind of making it a little, The good thing about it, the Chiefs' defense is like top 5. That's what's keeping them in games because they're not scoring but 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
what's keeping them in it. Bills are desperate. They had a week off to prepare. I thought I'd never say this. I would never pick the Bills over the Chiefs. But I'm picking the Bills over the Chiefs.
I'm right there, man. I mean, I'm right there, just period. I Bills Mafia, man. Let's go. I think they're highly motivated. They always play the Chiefs well. They see an opportunity. They need to win themselves. Everything, similar to another game coming up, everything just lines up for the Bills to take care of business. So I'm heavy on the Bills in this game, man. It's all alive for them, and I think they go take it. Not only do they win, but if they want to put a stamp on it, it's personal with this, budding rivalry, so to speak.
Right.
That said, I think we get some pat wizardry in this game as well, even in a losing effort. I think we're gonna see Pat, become a wonder kid for this week, but it just won't be enough.
Well, he is. He's the wonder. He's the wonder kid. Pat's gonna be Pat. Pat always give you 3 or 4 plays. You be like, dang, how the heck did he do that?
Yeah.
What? He did what?
Yeah.
He give you 3 or 4 of them every game. It's just on of late. It still comes on losing efforts. Lost the game on Monday night. Last Sunday night. An obvious PI on Marquez Valdez-Scantling. That kid can't get a break, man. That kid can't get a break. About a month ago, dropped a wide open touchdown when he's playing the Eagles. And then that one, man, dude basically wrapped his arms around his neck as he was going for the football and no call. And ref basically like nothing to see here. And then on the which I don't like them making calls on Hail Marys because it's basically guys jockeying for position. Everybody's kind of one man for itself. But Kelce obviously got pushed in the back. It's what it is. I'm not upset about the call not being made, but there were some calls that probably could have been made and whatnot. But the Chiefs, it really shouldn't even come down to that, So, but it did, and they didn't come up with it. So, yeah, Chiefs aren't playing well. So, yeah, we both got the Bills on that one. And so that brings us to the Sunday night game.
Yeah.
biggest game of the week, maybe the second or third biggest game of the season. You got the Philadelphia Eagles picking their butts up off the ground, walking in with their tail between their legs, walking into AT&T Stadium to play the Dallas Cowboys, playing the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are 3.5-point favorites. Let me get the particulars on that. If you want to go ahead and start that one off.
I mean, I know you're gonna take the show on this one, man. But I'm with you, Cowboys, man. How about them? Get it done at home. Let's go.
Yeah. Look, this is an opportunity. Let's see. No listed injuries for the Eagles. But we do know Justin Fields has been nursing bruised knee for probably a month now. That not made its way to the injury report. I think we talked about it on the pre-show. DeAndre Swift has got some little. It's not enough for them not to play, but just enough to make it where they're not 100%. I've heard something in the wind about Darius Slay being a little banged up also, which their secondary, which has not been playing well all season, probably didn't need to have any slippage in that regard, because your backups are Josh Jobe and Eli Ricks, which those are toddlers now, but they ain't played well. I've seen them play. Those are toddlers. Those dudes played at Alabama. I know those dudes. I've seen those dudes play. They're both rookies. Played at Alabama last year, but I've seen them play, and they not ready. So if Darius Slay go down, you got to replace him with Eli Ricks or Josh Jobe, man. Going against CeeDee Lamb or Brandon Cooks, good luck with that one. Good luck with that. But there's a lot to prove for the Cowboys, because the narrative is out there. You can't beat good teams. The only team you've beaten over 500 is the Seattle Seahawks, which was last week, and they were 6-5, and they're now 6-6. So they've beaten no teams that are currently has a winning record right now. And so this is an opportunity for you to right that ship. Now, I understand that narrative, but I will also add to that narrative that you can't really hold a team responsible for the positioning of the teams on their schedule.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't their fault that their the easier games was pushed at the front and the middle part of their schedule. And of course, you're supposed to go 10-3 or 9-3 if you play those teams. Anybody, that's what you're supposed to do, right? So, well, the Eagles, but they got the Bills and the Dolphins earlier in the season, and they didn't get them in back-to-back weeks either. But I digress. Yeah. So they get an opportunity to right that wrong. And for a team that's really never been able to win the big games of late, they got an opportunity now to do that against a team with the best record in the league. And I think that's going to be all there for him. And I'm just going to say this: Dak Prescott is playing some amazing football right now. For all the folks that was crapping on him, and of course I give him crud when he's not playing well and when he's not seeing the field, when he's hitching on his throws and throwing picks and not being patient in the pocket or whatever. That I give him the same grief, but I'm also a person that when I see somebody making improvements, I give credit on that, and I like to give and that man is playing his off right now. Mm-hmm. Leading the league in touchdown passes, only got 6 interceptions, only got 6 turnovers all season. Like 70.6% completion percentage. Leading the league on third down conversions. I mean, you name it, he's in top 5 of those categories. And so, and what that dude go through based on what position he plays and who he plays it for, that kind of go with the territory. That's probably why he asked for the money he asked for, because it's some stuff that go with that. So, but it's an opportunity for him to get it right and to change the narrative. He get a chance to write his story now and stop letting other folks write it for you. So that's why I'm picking them. Now, if it go the other way, You're starting back at ground zero again. You got to build up that goodwill you just lost. But I got the Cowboys. I don't think it's going to be about 3. I think it's going to be about by a touchdown or more. Probably, I'd say maybe 10. Because I feel like our offense is playing at a very high level right now.
It is. Absolutely.
So I got the Cowboys in that game. Did you have anything to add? Or we're going to move on.
Cowboys, man, I'm with you.
All right, man. Let's get it. Let's get it, boys. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. Now, we got a treat this week. We don't have a Monday night football game. We got 2 Monday night football games. We got 2 of them things.
Yeah.
And I don't think they both do. NFL do better, man. If you're going to have 2 Monday night games, like when they started the season a couple of years ago, they would have 2, one like at a 7 o'clock window, one like an 8:30 window, and you kind of could stagger them.
Yeah.
That kind of works if you're going to have 2, right?
Yeah.
No. Let me tell you what we got. We got the Green Bay Packers at the New York Giants, making their, I don't know what, their 8th primetime appearance.
It's been a lot, man. Unfortunately, it's been a lot.
Giants been playing some good football lately, though. I think they won like 2 or 3 in a row. Tommy DeVito. Hey, forget about it. Tommy DeVito doing his thing, man. Doing his thing. Tom Bella doing his thing, man.
Oh man, no way.
But yeah, man. If the Sopranos are still coming on, man, he be getting a visit. He be coming to, he'd be running a diner or something that Tony would go into. It'd be Tommy DeVito in there. Hey, Tommy, man, our cousin. Hey, how's it going, man? How's the family? Yeah. Packers playing some good football now. Jordan Love has figured out some things. They've beaten Detroit. They've beaten Kansas City. Beat the Chargers. Hey, man. Packers playing well right now, man. They're playing well. Wide receivers starting to figure it out. Dobbs and Watson starting to figure it out. I can't pick the Giants. I just can't see myself picking the Giants. So I'm going with the Packers. They're playing at New York, I think. Yeah, they're playing at New York at MetLife Stadium on Monday night, 7:15. I got the Pack. Go, Pack, go.
Yeah, I'm with you. Packers are trending upward.
They're trending now. Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I got the Packers. And I'll just group mine. I got the Packers and I got the Dolphins by a lot, and that's it.
All right, last game. Titans, which is your team, but you're wishing for them to lose their games because you got draft considerations that they really need to be looking at as opposed to winning meaningful games in December that don't equate to playoff berths.
Hey, man, if you ain't going to the playoffs, go to the top of the draft.
There you go. Right. And if you think you got your quarterback in Will Levis, what you need that Marvin Harrison Jr. Pick. Nice. Now, so I know we're talking about some off the script stuff because we ain't really talking about that. We're talking about not the game in itself, but here's the game within a game. Titans really are fighting against 3 teams in order to get Marvin Harrison. Let me tell you what I mean. They fighting against teams like the Arizona Cardinals, okay, and the New England Patriots, right? They also fighting against the Ohio State Buckeyes. What do you mean, Uncle Fred? Well, I read an article the other day where the Ohio State Buckeyes are putting some things together where Marvin Harrison and it was somebody else on the team. I'm trying to think who it was. Another individual that was trying to go pro, where they could get NIL offers that would be more than what they would get as a first-round rookie coming out of college. So he has to weigh these things out. So really, you're fighting against that too because with NIL, that kind of muddies the water a little bit. So you're fighting against that. I know that ain't got nothing to do with it. The game is bad when we start talking about side issues here. You
Yeah,
know,
I doubt it. I highly doubt that. Just regardless of that, I've heard similar things with
yep,
Shador Sanders. Now, granted, I do think Shador is going back, but I think that's more about family
playing for his dad.
ties.
Yeah,
But I mean, that's one. You can do that and tell yourself you're making more front end money, but you lose a year towards getting to your second contract in the NFL, which
what if you
guys
get hurt? And what if you get hurt?
as exactly. So it's just way too
Risky.
risky, and the money thing probably doesn't even add up at the end of the day. A couple
That's
of
true.
years from now, so there's much to do about nothing. Probably some tactics, on their part to try and increase recruiting and whatever. But yeah, Marvin Harrison's a top 3 pick. There's
Oh
no
yeah.
way he's
Oh
not,
yeah.
getting himself going in his next level of his career. So um, that one I ain't too worried about. I just say, hey man, those other teams out there, win some games, man. What's wrong
Right. Yeah. Win some games. Help us out. Help us out.
with that? Yeah.
But look here, man. And it's not only Marvin Harrison because there's been some things where Caleb Williams might stay at USC. I'm gonna tell Caleb, I got 2 words for you: Matt Leinart. That's all I'm gonna say. Matt Leinart. I got 2 words. If folks don't know who that is, go look it up. About 15 years ago, 18 years
Yeah,
ago,
I
same
think
thing. Same
for
thing.
yeah, I
And
think for those type of guys, man,
yeah,
it's too much downside to it.
yeah,
It could go really bad. It could,
yeah.
and it's just an extra year of
Right,
unnecessary critique, especially for a guy like Caleb and the stuff that's
right.
been said about him because of the lack of team success. You want to move on, man.
Boom. You just said a mouthful there because they really kind of soured on him anyway for this year. What they lose 5 games?
I think it was 4. They lost a lot, man. So
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, and he threw a lot. He threw quite a few picks too. So when this thing's going on, then your microscope's a little tighter in on you. That focus, they kind of pan in on you a little bit,
yeah,
and then they start to dissect your game a little bit more. Then the next guy comes up, and you know how the league is. The next best thing is better than the last thing. That's how short people's attention span is. You forget about a guy that you was like, man, that dude was a can't miss last year. Whoa, but this new guy, man, you see how he lays that thing on. You forget how great Caleb Williams been for like the last 2-3 years. So
yeah. His stock's not.
he need to go on and jump. He need to go. He need to go on and
Yeah.
jump like he needs.
Well, you can't better your stock by coming back, so it really no reason.
Right. You can only worsen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you only worsen it. But that's right. We was talking about a game. I got the Dolphins. They playing at Hard Rock
Monday night.
Monday night. Lights is on. Tyreek gonna be doing backflips. He gonna have 3 touchdowns. He gonna have 150 yards receiving. Jalen Waller gonna have 90 yards of receiving, maybe 100 and a touchdown. I got the Dolphins. I like the Titans. I know I care about y'all, but it's not in the cards this year, guys. It's just not. It's just not there. So got the Dolphins.
I think the more interesting thing for me, at least, is how well will they're going to score a lot of touchdowns. I would like to see how they distribute those touchdowns, how they get, how many guys you get involved in. Because I think McDaniels works like that. Like he wants to get everybody in on the action, keep everybody happy type of thing.
Yeah.
It's really cool from a coach, man. So unfortunately, the Titans are going to be on the other end of that Monday. So it'll get out of hand. I credit to Will Levis. He's showing that he can be the guy going forward, and that's about all you could have expected or wanted once it was time to switch over to him from
Yeah.
Tannehill. So regardless of the lack of wins, it's just steady progress and potential that we see every week, and live with that. Derrick Henry, DeAndre Hopkins, some Florida boys, so I think they'll be a little turned up, put up a little resistance, man. So maybe a couple tugs, but overall, man, they can't keep up with that team on the other side. So Yeah.
Dolphins. All that being said, Dolphins favored by 13. Just in case you keeping track there, just for record keeping here.
Yeah.
Dolphins favored by 13.
I'm
Pretty
surprised.
large. That's a large NFL spread, by the way.
Okay. I don't know too much about that, but yeah, like
Oh,
I would.
okay.
I'd
Okay.
be surprised if they didn't win by like a lot more than that. Actually, like way more than that. I don't know, 35-10 type of game.
Yeah, I can see that. I could definitely see that happen. I could definitely see that happen. I could definitely see that happen. All right, man. We got one more game. We already do the Thursday of the week, next week's game, which is really week 15's game, but we're not going to be back before now to talk about it. So we're going to get it now and get it out of the way. So you got the Los Angeles Chargers traveling to Las Vegas to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. And I know where you're going. I think we're going to the same place. We're going to the same house. We're just going at different times. We're going to the same house. I'm going Raiders, Chargers. I think that we can throw dirt on that season. I think Brandon Staley is gone. I think that coaching staff is gone. I think they may keep Kellen Moore because they just got him. I think he's pretty innovative in his play calling, but I think it's some other things going on within that organization that's something's not right there. And I think they may have mailed it in on their coach, man. So I don't know, man. The Raiders, like I said, they've been playing well under Antonio Pierce. They're playing at home. And I got the Raiders, man. And and I know I ain't gotta ask him. I ain't gotta ask him where he going.
Raiders, baby, yeah.
Raiders, there he is.
Oh, yeah. Big time Raiders, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe we get a good Thursday night game for once, man. Hey,
I mean, to that point, man, I think it could get, the Raiders love to do the wacky stuff. So, we could get a really good game out of that Thursday game,
Yeah.
actually, man, where I think they definitely come out on top, they can win the game. So,
Yeah. Got the Raiders, and I think we was treated to a good Thursday night game last Thursday. I think it might have been the best Thursday night game of the year.
yeah,
About 3 weeks before that, it was supposed to be a good Thursday night game between the Ravens and the Bengals, but the injury bug kind of came in and zapped us of that. So sometimes these Thursday night games been kind of hit and miss, man. They kind of more missed than hit.
Yeah.
More missed than hit. So maybe Jeff Bezos gets his money's worth on this one. All right, man. People, that's our show for today. Happy football watching Sunday. Happy holidays, all of you watching. And you see the trees in the background. It is the season. Hope everything is happy and healthy in your household for this season, rest of this season. And as I said, good football watching Sunday, man. Come back from wherever you go Sunday, kick back, pop on the TV, get your beverage of your choice, the snack of your choice, and just enjoy your day, man. Because these days are gonna be over with in a few weeks. About 4 weeks, they're gonna be over with. All right, enjoy them. TK, any parting words for us? Give us the benefit of your illustrious wisdom.
Oh no, man! It's just hey man, get it in, enjoy it, man. We almost wrapped up. Got about 5 more weeks, so
Yeah.
enjoy it, man. That's what I do every Sunday. I'm locked in, you locked in, so
Yeah.
Viewership, whoever you are out there, just keep enjoying the product.
Right.
For sure.
The sand is running slowly out of the hourglass. Slowly
Yeah.
seeping out of the hourglass. I'm just telling y'all, that's why I say enjoy what you got while you got it. Lost my camera. That's fine. Please like, comment, subscribe, become a part of the Uncle Fred Sports Experience. Guarantee you will not be disappointed. For Uncle Fred and TK, catch you guys next week. God bless.